My name's Jake. I'm proper British. Yeah. Born and raised in Manchester. I'm 22 years old, and honestly, life was dead boring before everything kicked off. I lived with me, Mom, and Dad in a small flat. Nothing fancy, like me. Dad worked at a factory, grafting day and night. Me, Mum, looked after the house. We weren't minted or anything, but we got by all right. I had this mate, Tommy, top bloke he was. We'd been mates since we were nippers. Tommy was always banging on about traveling to America. He reckoned everything was massive over there. The cars, the houses, the portions at restaurants. Proper mental, he made it sound. Jake, mate, he'd say, we gotta check out the States. It's gonna be sick. I wasn't fussed at first, innate. I mean, Manchester was home. I had my local pub, me, mates. Everything sorted. Why would I want to leave? But Tommy wouldn't shut up about it. Every single day, he'd show me pictures on his phone. Look at this, Bruve. New York City. Los Angeles. Proper, massive. After about 6 months of this, I finally cracked. All right. Let's do it then. Yeah. Tommy was buzzing. Absolutely chuffed to bits. He was. We started planning straight away. We needed to save up some dosh, sort out visas, book flights, the whole 9 yards. It took us about a year to get everything sorted. Me Mom wasn't happy about it, obviously. America. Are you mad, Jake? It's dangerous over there. They've got guns and everything. But me, Dad, he was sound about it. Let the lad go, he said. He needs to see the world, doesn't he? Chapter 1. Welcome to America. We touched down in New York City on a Tuesday morning. I was absolutely knackered from the flight, but Tommy was buzzing with energy. This is it, mate. We made it. He was grinning like a Cheshire cat. The airport was mental. Massive, like people everywhere, speaking different languages. We grabbed our bags and headed out. First thing that hit me was the accents. Americans talk dead different, don't they? Everything sounds like a question, even when it's not. We got an Uber to our hostel in Brooklyn. The driver was this chatty bloke from Pakistan. First time in New York, fellas. He asked, "Yeah, mate. Just flew in from Manchester," I said. "Oh, England. That's awesome, dude. Welcome to the Big Apple." See what I mean? Everything's awesome and dude over here. Took me a minute to get used to it. The hostel was cheap and cheerful. Nothing special, but it did the job. We dumped our stuff and headed straight out to explore. New York was absolutely buzzing. The buildings were proper massive, made Manchester look like a village. Times Square was insane. All them lights and billboards and people taking selfies everywhere. Tommy shouted over the noise, We grabbed some pizza from this place called Joe's. The slice was bigger than me head, no joke, and it only cost like $3. Mate, this pizza is pita, Tommy said, sauce all over his face. We spent 3 days in New York, saw the Statue of Liberty, walked across Brooklyn Bridge, checked out Central Park. It was proper brilliant, but Tommy had other plans. We gotta hit the West Coast groove. Los Angeles, California dreaming, and all that. Chapter 2. California, here we come. We took a bus from New York to Los Angeles. Massive mistake, that was. The journey took like 3 days. I was absolutely done in by the time we arrived. But LA was different gravy entirely. The weather was lush, sunny, every single day. Back in Manchester, you're lucky to see the sun twice a month. We found a cheap motel in Hollywood. It was a bit dodgy, if I'm honest. But we were skint, so we couldn't be picky. One morning, we were having breakfast at this diner. Proper American breakfast. Pancakes, bacon, eggs, the works. This waitress came over. Absolute stunner she was. Hey there, boys. Y'all want some more coffee? She said with this thick southern accent. Y'all. Tommy whispered to me. What's y'all? I shrugged. Americans have their own slang, don't they? The waitress's name was Becky. She was from Texas originally, but moved to LA to become an actress. Classic Hollywood story, that. So where are y'all from? I can tell you're not from around here. She laughed. Manchester, love. England, I said. Oh my gosh. I love British accents. They're so cute. Tommy was proper smitten. Couldn't stop staring at her dot. After our breakfast, Becky sat down with us during her break. We chatted for ages. She was sound, actually. Dead easy to talk to. Y'all should come to this party tonight, she said. My roommate's throwing it. It'll be super fun. We weren't gonna say no to a party, were we? Chapter 3. The party that night. We rocked up to this house in the Hollywood Hills. It was massive, like something out of a film. Swimming pool, massive garden, the works. The party was absolutely rammed. Music blasting, people everywhere, drinks flowing. It was mental. Tommy was in his element, chatting up every girl in sight. I was being a bit more chill, just taking it all in. Then I met this bloke called Marcus, African-American lad, about my age. Sound as a pound, he was. Yo, what's good, man? He said, offering me a beer. Cheers, mate, I said. Wait, you're British. That's dope. I love the UK. We got chatting. Turned out Marcus was a musician. He was proper talented, played guitar, made beats, the whole lot. You should come check out my studio, bro, he said. I'll show you some tracks I'm working on. We exchanged numbers and agreed to link up the next day. Meanwhile, Tommy was getting absolutely smashed. He'd had about 10 beers and was dancing on a table. "Jake, this is the best night of me life," he shouted, classic Tommy Dot. Around midnight, things got a bit sketchy. Some blokes started arguing about something. Voices were getting raised. People were squaring up to each other. "We should probably leg it," I said to Tommy. But before we could leave, someone threw a punch. Proper kicked off. It did. People were scrapping everywhere. We grabbed our stuff and legged it out of there. Becky came with us. "Jesus, that got crazy real quick," she said, breathing heavy. We walked her back to her place. It was only about 20 minutes away. "Sorry about that, boys," she said. LA parties can get a bit wild sometimes. "No worries, love. We had a boss time," Tommy said, still grinning like an idiot. Asterisk, asterisk, Chapter 4. The studio. The next day, I met up with Marcus at his studio. It was in this warehouse in East LA. Bit rough around the edges, but the inside was sick. He had all this equipment, keyboards, computers, microphones, the lot. Proper, professional setup. "Make yourself at home, man," Marcus said, offering me a seat. He played me some of his tracks. Honestly, they were mint. He had this unique style, mixing hip-hop with electronic beats. Proper, fresh. "That's quality, mate," I said. "You should be famous." Marcus laughed. "I'm working on it, bro. This town's tough, though. Everyone's trying to make it." We spent the whole afternoon chatting about music, life, everything. Marcus was dead easy to talk to. He reminded me of me mates back home. "So what's the plan, man? You staying in LA?" he asked. "Dunno, really. We're just seeing where life takes us in it." "That's cool, bro. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow." Marcus invited me to come back anytime. Said I was welcome to use the studio if I wanted. Sound bloke he was. Chapter 5. The opportunity. About a week later, me and Tommy were running low on cash. We needed to find some work, quick-like. Tommy got a job at this restaurant, washing dishes. Proper grim, but it paid decent. I was struggling to find anything. I must have applied to about 50 places. Nothing. Americans don't like hiring foreigners, do they? Then Marcus rang me up. "Yo, Jake, you looking for work?" "Desperately, mate," I said. "My boy owns this coffee shop in Santa Monica. He needs someone behind the counter. You interested?" "Dead right, I am." I started the next day. The coffee shop was called Brewhaven. Proper hipster place. All exposed brick and vintage furniture. The owner was this guy called Derek. Chill bloke. Dreadlocks down to his waist. "Welcome aboard, dude," he said, shaking my hand. You ever made coffee before? Not really, mate. But I'm a quick learner. Derek showed me the ropes. Making lattes, cappuccinos, flat whites, the whole lot. It was harder than it looked, but I got the hang of it. The customers loved my accent. Oh my God, you're British. Say something in British. They'd say, what does that even mean? I'm speaking English, aren't I? But it was good for tips. Americans love tipping. They do. I was making decent money. Chapter 6. The girl one afternoon. This girl walked into the shop. Absolutely stunning, she was. Long dark hair, big brown eyes, proper beautiful. She ordered a flat white. You know how to make a proper flat white? She asked with this Aussie accent. Course I do, love. I learned from Derek himself, I said, trying to sound confident. I made her coffee, hands shaking a bit. She took a sip and nodded. Not bad. Not Melbourne's standard, but not bad. Her name was Sophie. She was from Sydney, backpacking around America. We got chatting while she drank her coffee. So what brings a palm to L.A.? She asked with a cheeky smile. Just traveling with me, mate. Seeing the world in it. Fair dinkum. I'm doing the same thing. We clicked straight away. She had this wicked sense of humor, proper sharp. We were taking the piss out of each other within 5 minutes. You Brits drink so much tea. It's ridiculous, she said. Yeah. Well, you Aussies can't pronounce no properly. It's no, not nor, I shot back. She laughed. Proper cute laugh she had. Before she left, she gave me her number. We should hang out sometime. Show you how Aussies party. Absolutely. CHUFFED. Chapter 7. The date. Few days later, me and Sophie went out. She took me to this beach party in Malibu. It was sick bonfire on the beach, music playing, people chilling. We sat on the sand, watching the sunset. It was proper romantic, like something from a film. This is mental, I said. Back home, the beach is cold and miserable. This is paradise. You should see Sydney, Sophie said. Makes this look average. We talked for hours about our lives back home, our families, our dreams. She wanted to be a photographer, had this whole plan to travel the world, taking pictures of different cultures. What about you? She asked. What's your dream? Honestly, I didn't know. I'd never really thought about it. I just sort of existed, you know? Doesn't know really. Just living life, I suppose. That's not good enough, Jake, she said, looking me dead in the eye. You need a purpose. Something that makes you jump out of bed in the morning. I've been drifting through life, no real direction. Working dead-end jobs, getting pissed on weekends. What was I actually doing with my life? That conversation proper changed something in me. Made me think differently. Chapter 8. The plan. I started spending more time with Marcus at his studio. He was teaching me about music production, how to make beats, mix tracks, the whole lot. You got an ear for this, man, Marcus said. You could actually be good at this. Me. Good at music. I'd never thought about it before. Back home, I was just some bloke from Manchester. Nothing special, but here, in LA, things felt different. Like anything was possible. Tommy was doing all right too. Got promoted to waiter at the restaurant. Making decent tips, he was. One night, we were chilling at the motel, having a few beers. Mate, I think I want to stay here, Tommy said, out of nowhere. What? In LA? Yeah, bruv. I proper love it here. The weather, the vibes, everything. Back in Manchester, what if we got rain and Greg's? He had a point. Manchester was home, but was it where we wanted to spend our whole lives? Becky asked me to move in with her. Tommy continued. Says, I can stay rent-free if I help around the house. You and Becky. Didn't see that coming, mate. Tommy grinned. She's proper lovely in it. And she reckons I could get a better job. Maybe work in film or something. I was happy for him. Tommy deserved this. He'd always been there for me, had my back through everything. He asked, You staying? Think so, yeah. Got something good going with Sophie. And Marcus is teaching me loads about music. We clinked our beer bottles together. Here's to new beginnings, bruv. Chapter 9. The struggle about life ain't always smooth, is it? About 3 months in, things got tough. Derek had to close the coffee shop. Wasn't making enough money, he said. I was out of a job. Sophie had to go back to Australia for a bit. Her visa was running out. She promised she'd come back, but I was gutted. And Marcus. His studio got broken into. Some scumbags nicked all his equipment. Everything he'd worked for, gone. I was proper down about it all. Sitting in that grotty motel room, wondering what I was doing with my life. Tommy tried to cheer me up. Come on, mate. It's not that bad. We'll figure something out. But I wasn't convinced. Maybe coming to America was a mistake. Maybe I should just go home, back to boring old Manchester. Then Mom rang. She was crying down the phone. Jake, love, it's your dad. He's in hospital. My heart sank. What happened? Heart attack. He collapsed at work. He's stable now, but you should come home. That was it. Decision made. I was going back to England. Chapter 10. Going home, I booked a flight for the next week. Tommy was gutted. You sure about this, mate? He asked. Got no choice, have I? Dad needs me. On my last night in LA, Marcus threw me a little party at his place. Just a few people, Marcus, Tommy, Becky, Derek, some other mates I'd made. "You've been a real one, man," Marcus said, giving me a hug. "Don't be a stranger." "Yeah. I'll be back, Bruve. Promise." The flight home was long and miserable. I kept thinking about everything: Sophie, Marcus, the life I was leaving behind. When I landed in Manchester, it was pissing down with rain. Typical. Me mum picked me up from the airport. She looked exhausted, worried sick about Dad. "How is he?" I asked. "Better. The doctors say he'll be okay, but he needs to take it easy." I visited Dad in hospital the next day. He looked proper, poorly, all hooked up to machines and that. "All right, Dad," I said, trying to sound upbeat. "Jake, son, you didn't have to come back," he said weakly. "Course I did. You're me, Dad, aren't you?" He smiled. "Tell me about America. Was it everything you hoped?" I told him everything. About New York, LA, Sophie, Marcus, the studio. He listened, eyes lighting up. "Sounds like you found something special there, son." "Yeah, but you're more important, Dad." "Rubbish," he said firmly. "I'm not dying, am I? You should go back. Live your life. Follow your dreams. But no buts. Promise me, Jake, go back to America. Make something of yourself." Chapter 11. The returned Dad got better over the next few weeks. Proper miracle, really. Doctors said he was lucky. During that time, I thought long and hard about what I wanted. Dad was right. I couldn't just give up on everything I'd built in LA. Sophie had been texting me every day. She was back in Sydney, but planning to return to LA soon. "Come back, Jake. We'll figure it out together," she messaged. Marcus rang me too. "Bro, I got insurance money from the break-in. Buying new equipment. Need you here to help me set up." Even Tommy was pestering me. "Mate, Becky misses you." "I miss you. Get your arse back here." So, I made the decision. I was going back. Me mom wasn't happy, obviously. But she understood. "Just promise me you'll visit," she said, crying. "Every chance I get, ma'am. Promise." Dad gave me some money. "For your music career," he said with a wink. 3 months after leaving LA, I was on a plane back. This time, it felt different. Like I was going home, not leaving it. When I landed at LAX, Sophie was waiting for me at arrivals. She ran up and kissed me. "Welcome home, you bloody palm," she said, grinning. Marcus picked us up. The studio was back up and running, even better than before. "Ready to make some bangers, bro?" he asked. "Let's do it, mate." Chapter 12. The dream over. The next year, things proper took off. Me and Marcus started making music together. We called ourselves the International Project, mixing British grime with American hip-hop and Marcus's electronic vibes. Our tracks started getting plays on SoundCloud. Then before we knew it, we had thousands of followers. Sophie's photography was taking off too. She got hired by this magazine to do a photo series on LA street life. Her pictures were mint. Tommy and Becky got engaged. Proper happy for them. I was. Tommy had found his place in the world. One day, me and Marcus got a call from this record label. They wanted to sign us, offered us a proper deal and everything. "This is it, man," Marcus shouted, jumping around the studio. We made it. We celebrated that night. The whole crew, Marcus, Sophie, Tommy, Becky, Derek, everyone. Best night of my life, hands down. I rang me dad from the party. He was chuffed to bits. Told you, didn't I? Told you to follow your dreams. Thanks, Dad, for everything. You did this, son. All you. I'm proper proud of you. Looking back on everything, I realize how mental this journey's been. From a boring bloke in Manchester to a music producer in LA. Mental in it. But here's what I learned. Sometimes you gotta take risks. Sometimes you gotta leave your comfort zone and try something new. If I'd stayed in Manchester, I'd probably be working some dead-end job, going to the same pub every Friday, living the same boring life. But I took a chance, followed Tommy to America, met incredible people, found love, found my passion. Yeah, there were struggles, times when I wanted to give up, times when it seemed impossible, but I kept going, and that made all the difference. So, if you're reading this, wherever you are in the world, remember, life's too short to play it safe. Take risks. Chase your dreams. You never know where you might end up. For me, I ended up exactly where I needed to be, living in LA with the love of my life, making music with my best mate, living the dream. And it all started because one day, me mate, Tommy said, "Jake, we gotta check out the States." Best decision I ever made. Thank you for reading this story. Remember, your dreams are valid. Chase them. You've got this, mate. You've got this, dude.